in Michigan, in Midland. So there are many different facets, I think, of information and that you can get out to the public, and that's a big help to the community.
The magic number to make it to the MHSAA state finals is 4, as we welcome you to H.H. Dow High School and coverage of the high school girls regional final as the Flushing Raiders take on the H.H. Dow High Chargers. You take a look, the Dow High Chargers getting last-minute instructions from their assistant coach, Alex Karpis. Both of these teams ready to go. Alongside Tom Bell, my name is Jason Harper. And Tom, tonight the Flushing Raiders, the Dow High Chargers, they've met before, but that was a long time ago. Tonight, they meet with the regional championship on the line.
And both teams have not experienced the taste of defeat in a long time. The Flushing Red Raiders have won 14 straight games, and Dow hasn't lost all year.
Yeah, the Chargers coming into this game 20-0. Meanwhile, Flushing, as you mentioned, on a 14-game winning streak for tonight. The Dow High Chargers under Coach Kyle Tyson. And Tom, the Dow High Chargers have been playing great basketball, but they haven't been tested in the postseason.
No, they really have not. They played Midland High the other night, expecting to have some resistance there, but they came out for a really, really good first quarter. Midland High had a hard time scoring at all, and Dow kind of cruised to almost a 40-point victory.
Yeah, they won the district. They won the regional semifinal as well. It's actually been smooth sailing for the Dow High Chargers. Flushing coming into this game after a victory over Grand Blanc to make it here. And this is a Flushing Raider team that has a lot of weapons, and they have a little bit of size. They also have a veteran coach in Larry Ford.
Yeah, and Larry Ford was their coach back when these two teams met in the regional finals. Played over at Mount Pleasant in 2017, and had a chance to talk with him a little bit then. Didn't get a chance to talk tonight, but he's been a coach for, is it 16 years?
17 years as a head coach. There you take a look at Larry Ford, and there's a lot of similarities between the Flushing team that made it to the MHSAA championship and won the state title in 2017 and this year's team, including the fact that they were unranked all year back in 2017, and they are unranked this year. Great motivation for the team from Flushing. The Dow High Chargers, they've been ranked. That doesn't intimidate them at all. They are primed, and they are ready to go, playing the regional championship on their home court. Let's go to our public address announcer, meet the national anthem and the starting lineup. The MHSAA Girls Basketball Regional Final coming up on MCTV. the starters, and we are set to go. Flushing making a last-minute substitution. Olivia Grew, the junior, getting the start in replace of Brooklyn Grissom, who was originally scheduled to start. So Larry Ford switching up the lineup for Flushing. The Raiders are in their black with the red numbers. The Dow High Chargers are in their home uniform, the gold numbers. H.H. Dow across the chest of the Chargers for the game here tonight. Regional final between Flushing and Dow. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals Monday. That game will be played at Flushing High School. Raiders starting with the basketball, and Alex Long, the senior, dribbling it out to the far side. Now Olivia Grew, the junior, will work it over to Kelly Lindstrom. Lindstrom, the senior, tries to go into the paint, goes back out to Long. Long is the leading scorer for Flushing. Brokaw working the basketball. Go to the far side. Sarah Rambis, she is just a sophomore, feeds it to Grew. Grew's shot is blocked. Chargers coming back the other direction. And great defense by Flushing. Rebound by the Chargers. Jada Gardner, three-pointer, count it. Top of the key, Garner hitting the first three-pointer of the game. And Larry Ford told us one of the keys, Flushing had to stay in front of the ball defensively. The turnover did not allow Flushing to do that. Good drive to the basket by Lindstrom. Basket is no good. Chargers for the rebound, and Dow High will work down the court. Garner, couple of dribbles, working over to Abby Ray, who had a great district tournament against both Mount Pleasant and Midland High. Jada Garner on the far side. She's one of only two seniors on this Dow High team. Thought about the three, now works it to Cole Nidif. She's a junior, back to Garner. Now Cole Nidif at the top of the key. Couple of dribbles, pulls out, three-pointer, no good. Rebound pulled down by Sarah Rambis. And we've got an injured Dow High player. Abby Ray is the injured Charger.
Looks like an ankle.
She is a junior, and that is not something, if you're Kyle Tyson, that you want to see, as Courtney Fisher will come in, but Ray is gingerly walking off the court.
Might have tweaked it just a little bit. You know, you're underneath the basket. It's not that difficult to come down on the edge of somebody else's foot.
Yeah, she's going to be looked at by the training staff. Hopefully it is just a minor tweak, maybe put some extra tape on it, and Abby Ray can come back into the game. But that is definitely a costly blow for the time being for Kyle Tyson and the Dow High Chargers. Flushing taking a shot, no good. Dow High will get the rebound. Coming down across midcourt, couple of dribbles by Cole Nidif, and we've got a foul that is going to go against Flushing. First foul of the game away from the ball.
Well, one thing that we're seeing right now with Dow's defense against Flushing is they're man-to-man full court. I think they're just trying to wear them down.
Jada Garner will inbound the ball for the Chargers. She does so over to Alexa Cole Nidif, the junior. Now Garner, three-pointer. No good. Rebound, and it'll be Flushing coming down with the basketball. Flushing will move ahead to Alex Long. The senior will be hammered as she goes underneath the basket, and great sportsmanship there. As McVeigh knew that she got all and then some of Long and went to help her back up, but nonetheless, Alex Long will go to the free throw line for Flushing.
Yeah, I was watching the sports the other night and showed Alex Long hitting her outside shot for 1,000 points, so that's quite an accomplishment for her.
First free throw is good for Long. Meanwhile, Abby Ray is back into the game for the Dow High Chargers, so the injury is not serious, which is good news for Dow High.
Just tighten the laces a little tighter, huh?
Long hitting both of her free throws. We've played 2 minutes of this regional basketball game. Dow High leading 3-2. Working over to Chloe McVeigh on the far side. Goes inside to Ray. Back out to Garner. Garner taking a couple of dribbles at the top of the key. She's one of two from three-pointers. Now working on the far side. Back over to Chloe McVeigh to set things up for the Dow High Chargers. McVeigh will find Jada Garner. Garner inside, outside. Flushing playing great defense, not allowing the Chargers to get that open look. Working baseline, now they go inside. No place to go for Caldwell. Back out to Jada Gardner, now working over to Cole Nidus. Cole Nidus will take a couple of dribbles, goes back out to the outside to McVeigh. Almost a minute off of the clock on this possession for the Dow High Chargers. Chloe McVeigh, Alexa Cole Nidus, Claire Caldwell, Jada Gardner, and Abby Ray, the 5 starters for Kyle Tyson. Gardner will work it over to Caldwell. Caldwell is just a freshman on this Dow High team. Back up to Cole Nidus, inside to Abby Ray, turns around. No place to go. This defense by Flushing not allowing Dow to get a look, and we've got a foul called against Flushing, but great patience by Dow, but great defense by Flushing.
Well, when you've got Rambus, Sarah Rambus, she's all of 6'3" inside. Flushing has been able to put a lot more pressure on the perimeter, and Dow is really struggling to get any kind of room to get a shot off.
Now Cole Nidus will drive in, but can't get the layup to fall through, and it is Rambus who gets the rebound for Flushing. Long thought about taking the shot, now she does. No good, gets her own rebound, putback is no good, and Gardner will get the rebound for the Chargers.
Might have been deflected.
Gardner looking to go into the paint. She spins, takes a shot, no good, follows her own shot, gets the rebound, and Jada Gardner with the bucket for the Chargers. She has all 5 of Dow High's points. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Caught the Red Raiders napping on defense.
Rambus wanted that 3-point potential, did not get it, but she does go to the free throw line. The foul called on Abby Ray will be her first.
It's been very fast-paced so far, and not a lot of turnovers. I think each team is handling the ball pretty well.
The tallest player on the floor. A little bit too hard on the free throw. Sarah Rambus is just a sophomore for Flushing.
I think she's taller than the officials, too.
She's got a lot of size.
And just a sophomore.
Oh for 2 on the free throw line as Claire Caldwell brings down the rebound. Her cousin, Kennedy, is on the team as well. We are likely to see her as this game progresses. Abby Ray on the far side will work back out to Jada Gardner. 3-point Dow High lead, 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. Dow's offense patiently trying to find the open shot. Flushing playing great defense. Working the baseline is Ray, and she stepped out of bounds. An on-force turnover by the Chargers as Dow High will bring on cue Kennedy Caldwell into the game.
Yep, good timing. Good timing. Now we are really looking at the man-to-man full court pressure that Dow is putting on the Red Raiders here.
Flushing able to get across midcourt without a problem. Olivia Grew working over to Alex Long. Long takes a couple of dribbles down to the far side. Baseline shot taken by Lindstrom is no good. Rebound by Kennedy Caldwell.
Good box out by Kennedy.
Junior comes in, picks up a rebound. Now Jada Gardner working the ball for the Chargers. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Abby Ray drives in. Back out over to Gardner. Gardner finds an opening in the paint, gets the shot to go. Flushing gave the opening, and Jada Gardner takes advantage of it. Gardner 7, Flushing 2 with 2:40 to go here in the first quarter. And we're going to have a timeout called by Larry Ford at the 2:37 mark here in the first quarter. Flushing's going to talk things over. 7-2 is the score.
Well, you know, Flushing has allowed Rambus to kind of play center field underneath the basket. But when they put Abby Ray out on the wing, it opened up the inside. They just had to find a way because there was a lot of territory right underneath the basket that Dow could expose for a shot. And we saw that Garner was able to make the drive and just a really soft runner. she has all 7?
She does.
Yes.
2 veteran coaches, Larry Ford for Flushing, Kyle Tyson for the Dow High Chargers. We're glad you are with us as MCTV presents our coverage of the MHSAA Girls Basketball Regional Final. We are live on MCTV's YouTube channel, so we're hoping that you've got us tuned in and fired up, and we're also on the NFHS network, and of course this game will be shown on a tape-delayed basis on Charter Communications, AT&T Uverse, as well as available on all of the MCTV apps on Roku and Apple TV. Winner plays either Heartland or Bloomfield Hills Marion on Monday in the quarterfinals. The magic number is 4. That's the number of wins left for either of these teams if they want to hoist the state championship next Friday. Flushing goes on the baseline. Long taking the shot, and that will fall through. Over 1,000 points in the career of Alex Long.
And she has all 4, but the other 2 were free throws.
Right now the battle is Jada Gardner versus Alex Long. That may change with a 3-point attempt there by Colnitis, but the shot is no good. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Dow High leading by 3. Dow High won the first meeting between these two teams 76-55, but that was only the 3rd game of the season. Dow High had 16 3-pointers in that win way back in January or February, or whenever the season started.
January, I think.
Dow High with good ball movement around the baseline. Caldwell tried to drive in, had it partially blocked, but Dow High will come away with the basketball. Abby Ray will take the 3-point shot, no good. And Rambis will have the rebound for Flushing. Olivia Grew now works it on the far side. Back to Rambis at the top of the key. She can handle the ball, but that's not really the plan that Flushing wants. Grew works inside. Rambis underneath, fires herself up, and that's the power of Sarah Rambis. It's a 1-point game with 1 minute to go in the first quarter.
And that was a nice move for a sophomore.
Garner didn't get the foul called, wanted it, didn't get it. And now we've got a travel called against Flushing.
Yeah, most likely just shuffled her feet because Dow was real active down there.
Chargers will inbound underneath their own basket. 52 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Abby Ray will hand it off to Gardner. Gardner into the paint. Over to Claire Caldwell. Caldwell taking a couple of dribbles. Now Gardner working on the near side. Gardner trying to find an open lane but can't. Works it back out. Now over to Abby Ray. Ray with a few dribbles. Caldwell, she'll launch a 3-pointer. Bank it in. It counts all the same. Claire Caldwell, the freshman, hitting the 3. 25 seconds to go. 4-point Dow High lead. Lindstrom, nice feed to Long. Long's 3-pointer is no good. Rebound knocked away. Nice job by Caldwell. Flushing recovers. 10 seconds to go. Alex Long will get it again. Now working over to Rambis. Rambis goes into the paint. Forces up the shot and banks it in. The sophomore with the bucket. Final seconds. Gardner from midcourt is off target. And the first quarter comes to an end with the Dow High Chargers on top of Flushing 10-8 in a very entertaining and competitive first quarter.
Well, I think that Dow had an advantage defensively. Kyle Tyson has put McVeigh on Long, and she's had a hard time getting real comfortable. But she's taken a number of shots, hit I think 1. She's got 1 shot from the field and 2 free throws, and Rambis has the other 2 baskets. So I think Dow's defense is really strong tonight.
The coverage of this the coverage of this game being produced by MCTV volunteers and staff. If you'd like to become an MCTV volunteer, you can sign up for our workshop. The next workshop will be April 8th. We also have one coming up on April 28th. The cost is $45, which does include the first year access user fee. For more information, call 837-3474 and become an MCTV volunteer. Jada Gardner, the leading scorer. She's got 7 of Dow High's 10 points. Gardner also has 3 rebounds in the first quarter. Chargers will have the basketball going left to right here in the second quarter. 2-point game. Still early. Lots of basketball to be played by both of these teams. Kolnitis thought about the shot. Now we'll go to Jada Gardner. Working back out to Kolnitis.
They continue to try to get the ball inside.
Abby Ray's three-pointer is off the mark, but Gardner's going to run down that rebound. Jada Gardner all over the basketball court. Left, right, up, down, doesn't matter. If that ball's on the court, there's a good chance Gardner's going to come away with it.
And that was kind of a lazy effort by Flushing to get the ball.
Gardner goes inside. Did she travel or was she fouled? The official says she traveled.
Okay.
Good call. 2-point game just underway in the second quarter. Winner will play Monday in the quarterfinals. The semifinals will be in East Lansing at the Breslin Center on Wednesday. The championship game will be Friday, April 9th in East Lansing. Rambis couldn't get her shot to go, so Dow High will come back the other direction.
Yeah, Rambis just couldn't soften that shot up as she was going towards the basket.
Gardner driving in. Nice spin move, and she gets the bucket to fall through.
Nice shooter's roll.
12-8 in favor of Dow. 6:45 on the clock here in the second quarter. Rambis working the ball for Flushing. Goes back to Alex Long. Works it to Keely Lindstrom, who will set up the play for Flushing. Most of the Raiders' offensive possessions have been of the fast variety, looking for the open shot. This is one of the first times they're actually setting up an offensive play. They go inside. They get the shot by Brokaw, but it's no good. Putback is no good. On the floor, and it's going to be Dow High that comes away with the ball. Alexa Kolnitis feeding Abby Ray. Over to Jada Gardner. Back up to Ray. Ray dribbles inside the paint. Nice move. Abby Ray gets a beat on her defender, and Ray able to put it in. 14-8 in favor of Dow. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
That was a great decision by Abby Ray to hesitate and then drive to the basket.
Long had the ball knocked away, but she recovered nicely, and Long with a good move to go to her left. And Long able to put that up. 4-point Dow High lead, 5:35 left in the half. Kolnitis will drive in. She's got an open lane, and she takes advantage of it. Kolnitis with her first basket of the game. And we've got a stop and play. Looks as if we've got a timeout. I believe Kyle Tyson is the one that called the timeout this time around. 6-point Dow High lead here in the second quarter.
Right now, I think Dow has solved Flushing's defense, and they're able to get inside by having Rambis having to play defense on the perimeter. So Ford is probably going to have Rambis kind of play center field a little bit and let Abby Ray go a bit. I'm not quite sure what he's got in mind.
Well, it definitely has opened up that middle as we have a great look at Kyle Tyson giving his instructions to the Dow High Chargers, and Larry Ford on the opposite side doing the same. Ford has been to the Breslin Center before. He knows what it's like to coach in East Lansing. Kyle Tyson would like to know what it's like to be inside the Breslin Center. Alex Long, the leading scorer for Flushing. She's got 6 points in the game. Alex Long has been to the Breslin Center before as well. She was the water girl back in 2017 when Flushing made it to the final. So she's been inside the locker room. She's been a part of the Flushing basketball program for a long, long time.
Yep, and there's a certain amount of savvy you attain by even that little amount of being a water girl. So now it's her chance to earn it.
Dow High with the press, and it works. Jada Gardner gets the steal off of the inbounds. Crucial point of this game, Dow High leading by 6, but a couple of possessions If Dow gets to a double-digit lead, even this early in the game, it is awful hard for a team to come back. Kolnitis working the basketball at the top of the key for the Chargers. Over to Abby Ray on the far side. If Ray's ankle was tweaked a little bit earlier, she is showing no signs of it now. Garner goes into the paint. Beautiful drive. She can't get the shot to go, and Lauren Brokaw will get the rebound for Flushing. Quickly ahead to Long, and she will lay it in. Long has got 8 of Flushing's 12 points. It's a 4-point Dow High lead with 4:40 to go here in the second quarter.
Starting to understand why Long's such a good scorer.
Three-pointer by Ray is no good. Brokaw will get the rebound. Flushing working to Rambis, who will throw the ball away. That is something Flushing can't afford to happen. The unforced turnover.
Well, Rambis is going to be a terrific player, but she's showing a little bit of her sophomore tendencies, and good player.
Alexa Kolnitis to Jada Gardner. Gardner takes a few dribbles. Will work it back out now over to Chloe McVeigh. McVeigh doesn't score a lot of points, but she is one of the key players on this Dow High offense.
And they ask her to play the toughest defense of all.
Nice move by Abby Ray. She will drive into the basket. She will draw the foul, and Ray will go to the free throw line. The foul called on Alex Long, only the first one on Long, third one on Flushing, so nobody in foul trouble halfway through the second quarter.
It's been a real clean game so far.
First free throw is good. Abby Ray is a junior. As Olivia Grew checks back into the game, you take a look at this Dow High roster. We talked about it. Gardner and McVeigh are the seniors. Everybody else an underclassmen. That's good news if you're a longtime Charger fan.
Yeah, this kind of success is going to continue for a while.
18-12 in favor of Dow. Just under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. And Kolnitis nearly came up with a steal. It's going to stay Flushing basketball. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, it is Flush. That's the way he pointed. Dow High thought they had it out on Flushing, but that wasn't what the call was. Flushing, and now the officials, I thought maybe you're going to get together. It's going to remain Flushing basketball. That's the right call.
And even though Dow didn't get the ball, that's going to wear on Flushing's guards in the head that they're struggling to advance the ball from the baseline.
Oh, great defense just a few moments ago. Grooves give it over to Brokaw, and Brokaw will throw it away. Now it's Dow High basketball.
Yeah, some good pressure by Dow's guards.
Chargers playing great defense, helping out that 6-point lead the Chargers have.
And poise is going to be a big issue as this game continues. If Dow continues to have the lead, we'll see what the Flushing guards are able to accomplish.
Chloe McVeigh feeds it over to Courtney Fisher, who has checked back into the game, and a kicked ball will give us a reset. Fisher, usually that sixth person off the bench, but now she's going to head back to the bench as Claire Caldwell will come back in. Fisher is one of those players that Kyle Tyson really likes. She comes in, she does what she's supposed to do, gives somebody a chance to catch their breath, a very reliable player off the bench.
And those people are so impressive, or so valuable.
Speaking of valuable, Chloe McVeigh with a nice drive, read that Flushing defense, and McVeigh putting the bucket in. Chargers have an 8-point lead, and Larry Ford is going to take a timeout for Flushing. 2:54 on the clock. Biggest lead of the game. Dow High leading 20-12.
Well, I think that Dow is really, as far as their press is concerned, sometimes you just don't have to make a steal, but their guards are going to know it's continuing to be set up time and time again, and you're starting to see them get a little bit laxed on their bounce passes. They're having to bring Rambis up to the middle of the court now to try to break pressure. That'll wear on you, and eventually it'll pay a lot of dividends.
Now, one of the things when we talked to the coaches, and we talked about this our last broadcast, the IQ on that basketball court is absolutely amazing. We talked about Dow High and the all-academic awards. Flushing is in the same boat. Larry Ford says that this is a team that has amazing basketball IQ. If you look at the Dow High student section, they don't make as much noise as they used to, Tom.
Yeah, they're pretty polite tonight. Now, when you get to this level in a state tournament, you've got a lot of very special players.
Flushing will inbound under the press, and they do give the ball to Alex Long, who will go down to Olivia Grew. Flushing beat the press, but it was not easy. Golnitis playing great defense. Now Alex Long working the ball. It'll be kicked, so again, we're going to reset.
Yep. Yeah, they're struggling. Flushing is struggling to find some good passing lanes.
And Dow's playing great defense in this contest. Almost stolen away there. What's the old saying, Tom? You know, great defense leads to great offense?
Yes, it can. Yeah, it gives you more opportunities on the offense when you can make a good steal or a deflection.
I once had a coach told me offense scores the points, defense wins the games.
Yes.
Grew working the ball for Flushing. Now they go inside to Rambis. Rambis double team, can't get the shot to go. Chargers with the rebound. Oh, nearly threw it away. McVeigh wasn't ready for the pass. Not very often Dow's offense has a miscommunication. But they recover. Golnitis, couple of dribbles. Switching directions, now she'll go in, forces up the shot, can't get the friendly roll. Loose ball, out of bounds, it will be Flushing basketball. Kyle Tyson doesn't like it. The Dow High crowd doesn't like it. And now they're gonna change it. The officials getting together, and they will give the ball to Dow High.
And that's the best part of having three referees. You know, you can get the call right.
And that's what they did there. Great officiating crew working the game here tonight. A lot of experience wearing the stripes. Abby Ray goes baseline. Nice feed to Chloe McVeigh. Alexa Golnitis. And Golnitis will lay it in. Great pass, great basket, and Dow High's got their biggest lead, a 10-point lead. Flushing will drive in. 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Looking to come up with the rebound. Now they'll work it back out. From the elbow, bank the shot in. Olivia Grew with her first basket for Flushing. 1:15 on the clock. Jada Gardner into the paint. They're going to wave off the shot. Gardner was fouled, but it was on the floor. So Gardner will go, actually she won't go to the free throw line. Dow High will have the ball out of bounds. The foul on Grew. Only the first one on Grew. 1:14 on the clock here in the second quarter. 8-point lead for Dow High. Golnitis will work to Abby Ray. Ray breaks apart the defense, drives in, but can't get the shot to go. Loose ball out of bounds, Flushing basketball.
Okay.
Dow High beginning to read that Flushing defense as Kennedy will come back into the game for Dow.
And again, we see this press, and it's paying enough dividends to keep it going.
Flushing will get across midcourt, 55 seconds to go. Grew working the basketball. Working over to Alex Long. Long couple dribbles, goes baseline to Grew. Grew works the baseline, nice bounce pass over to Rambis. Rambis from the elbow, that shot too hard, but Flushing will get the rebound. 35 seconds to go. Three-pointer by Long. Count it.
Good shot.
Alex Long left open for the three-pointer. 11 points for Long. 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Dow High will be able to play for the final shot. Goldnitis over to Gardner. They'll pull it back out. 10 seconds. Now down to 5. Gardner goes into the paint. Can't get the shot to go. Grew with the rebound. Still 2 seconds to go. Long drives in from midcourt and nearly banks the half-court shot as the first half comes to an end. Dow High on top, 22-17 over Flushing. Chargers at one point had a 10-point lead, but Flushing getting into that a little bit towards the end. And right now, Tom, we've got the makings of a great regional final.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I think Flushing is going back into the locker room to try to regroup, because the game just seemed more than a five-point difference. But you had Flushing scoring in some really chaotic moments, and without a whole lot of good, solid offense. But we had the three-pointer that was just shot by Long, and it got him that much closer.
Dow High's Jada Gardner leading the scorers. She's got 9 points in the game along with 4 rebounds. Abby Reyes got 4 points. And Claire Caldwell, the freshman, 5 points and 3 rebounds. She has played very well for the Dow High Chargers. On the Flushing side of thing, Alex Long, the senior, 11 points on the game so far. And Sarah Rambis, only 4 points. She does have 5 rebounds, but Rambis has been pretty quiet for Flushing.
Yeah, she's tried to rush some things. Her shot's been a little bit hard and long, but you can see that she's got all the makings to be a really, really good player as time moves on.
The first 16 minutes have been in the book. How about Rambis? All of her points came in the first quarter. She was scoreless in the second quarter. 16 minutes down, 16 minutes to go. The winner tonight moving on to the quarterfinals. At halftime, it's the Dow High Chargers 22, Flushing 17. You're watching high school basketball on MCTV.
Well, I think the major benefit for, besides entertainment value, because we've got a lot of different kinds of entertainment people can do, and it's very creative, I think the main thing is for nonprofit organizations to get the word out about services that they offer to the community, and things that they do for their clients in different ways. And I've done several different shows in that vein. I did a Big Brothers Big Sisters show. I did a Recycle This about recycling when we got curbside recycling started in Michigan, in Midland. So there are many different facets, I think, of information and that you can get out to the public, and that's a big help to the community.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
Well, MCTV has benefited the Midland community because there are a lot of things going on in this town, and a lot of positive things, a lot in entertainment. Where I work at Creative 360, we recently had a series about people who are 80 years old and older and the positive contributions they've made to our community. And while I was filming them, watching these presenters discuss their lives, I learned a lot, and I know the community did too when they saw it on MCTV, and it enhanced our all community just to learn the history of how things came about in this town.
Looking for a new hobby? How would you like to create your own television show? Call Midland Community Television at 837-3474 to sign up for our next orientation studio workshop. You will learn how to use a studio camera, learn how to edit on a computer, or even be the host of your very own TV show. Don't wait, sign up today. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to sign up. Midland Community Television, your community voice.
Well, I can only imagine the benefit to the community is through what you hear on the streets as far as did you see, or there was information that I didn't know about. It would be Midland County Cancer Services, or the police department, or city hall meetings, commission meetings, and so it's the news of the community on television. Midland only has one television station. MCTV is the station for Midland.
Looking for a new adventure? How about an opportunity to volunteer in the community? Then come down to MCTV, Midland Community Television. You can learn how to use a studio camera, run equipment in the control room, or be the host of your own TV show. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to find out how you can become a volunteer producer or access user.
I don't recall the exact details of getting involved, but I know that it was, I had an interest in television. I had an interest in producing programs, and Midland Community Television was a perfect outlet for that, and has been for the last 30 years. A way for somebody to become involved with the production of television programs and saying what you want to say, showing what you want to show, with very few limits on it, and then having that actually be produced and sent out to the community at large.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
We are back on the MCTV YouTube channel, wherever you may be watching us, as we welcome you back to the MHSAA Girls Basketball Regional Final between the H.H. Dow High Chargers and the Flushing Raiders. Alongside Tom Bell, I'm Jason Harper. The Dow High Chargers leading 22-17 at halftime, but you know very well, Tom, that both of these teams have made some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and I think that Flushing has got to attack Dow's full court press a little bit better, a little more consistently, and Dow has to just continue to get the ball into the lane and draw some fouls.
I think one of the big keys is this Dow High Charger press. It has worked very well in the first half, and if the Chargers continue to have that effective press, it's going to give Flushing all kinds of trouble. You
don't have to have steals. You just have to start wearing them down, and it pays dividends in the fourth quarter.
Obviously, Larry Ford, a veteran coach for Flushing, you know that he has made some adjustments at halftime in regards not only to the press that Dow High is putting on, but also the defense that Flushing has been playing. It was very effective early on in the game, but Dow High has started to be able to read that Flushing defense and find the openings inside.
And with Dow, they work the ball around very nicely. They're careful about their passes. You don't have to worry about the 24-second clock. It doesn't exist. So Dow can just take their time because they've got not a big lead, but they do have a lead.
Third quarter's underway. Chargers, the home team in this regional final, will get the basketball to start, going right to left in their home white uniforms. Three-pointer, Abby Ray. Shot is short, out of bounds, and Flushing will have the basketball.
And guess what? They're pressing.
Well, if you found something that works, you want to stick to it, and that is exactly what the Chargers are doing here tonight. Flushing will inbound the ball, and they do so to Keely Lindstrom. Lindstrom will get across midcourt for Flushing. Lindstrom looking to go coast to coast, and she will draw the foul. A nice read by Lindstrom. Found out that paint was open, took advantage of it, and Lindstrom will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's the first time that they've broken pressure on that press and actually attacked the basket.
Lindstrom unable to get the first shot to go. She is a senior. 3 seniors on this Flushing team. Second shot is no good, and the rebound by the Dow High Chargers. Score remains 22-17 as the Chargers work across the midcourt. Chloe McVeigh with a couple of dribbles. Now she'll switch directions to Alexa Kolnitis. Kolnitis gets by Rambis, goes right into the paint, but can't get the shot to go. Alex Long will have the rebound. The outlet ahead to Lindstrom, but the Chargers back on defense. Lindstrom, three-pointer. That shot is no good. Flushing has had opportunities early in the second half, but they have not been able to capitalize.
And Flushing has left a lot of points at the free throw line, too. They've missed opportunities to get this game closer.
Kolnitis, count it. From the baseline, Alexa Kolnitis, the junior, hitting the three-pointer, and McVeigh nearly had the steal on the inbound pass. 25-17 Dow, 6:40 to go here in the third quarter. Inside to Sarah Rambis. Spin move, she's too hard, and she'll be called for the over-the-back foul. Rambis may be a little frustrated. You mentioned right before the half, Tom, everything she's doing is a little bit too aggressive.
Right, and I noticed that right before they took the court to begin the second half, Coach Ford was trying to get her to calm down a little bit. But, yeah, there's some pressure on these girls. Very definitely.
Winner of this game moves on to a quarterfinal on Monday. That game will be played at Flushing High School against either Heartland or Bloomfield Hills Marion. Kolnitis, back-to-back three-pointers. You go to the person that is hot, and right now Alexa Kolnitis is indeed hot for the Dow High Chargers. On the other side, great defense played by Abby Ray, and Dow will get the basketball. No foul called. Ray with the strong defense. Kolnitis now in double digits. She's got 10 points for the Chargers.
Now that could be a very big play as things start to develop here in this third quarter.
Biggest lead that Dow has had with 5:40 on the clock here in the third quarter. Chargers working on the baseline, giving it now to Caldwell. Feeds it over to the opposite side, Chloe McVeigh. Couple of dribbles to the top of the key, picks up her dribbles, has to find somebody, and Kolnitis will bail her out. Kolnitis bounces back over to McVeigh. McVeigh goes baseline, try to feed it to Jada Gardner coming in, ball's out of bounds, but it will stay Dow High basketball.
They kind of got bailed out on that. McVeigh got down underneath the basket and was looking for an out, and her pass went into the middle, got deflected by Flushing, went out of bounds. So Dow benefited from that. Gardner
feeds it over to McVeigh. Dow with the 11-point lead can be a little patient. They were very patient early on in the game offensively. It worked out very well.
They're watching Kolnitis a lot closer right now.
Caldwell back to Kolnitis. Had to pick up her dribble, but Jada Gardner right across the middle. What an offensive execution. And Jada Gardner able to lay it in. Dow High leading 30-17, 4:40 to go. Rambis able to get back on the path. Her first basket since the first quarter for Sarah Rambis. 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Jada Gardner over to Chloe McVeigh. McVeigh will go to the top of the key to set things up for the Chargers. Now Jada Gardner, leading scorer so far in the game. Gardner working the baseline. Chloe McVeigh, no good. Well, she hit back-to-back three-pointers at the start of this quarter. Misses there. Flushing to take advantage. Had two girls in the same spot. Now they'll set up their offense. Olivia Grew into the paint, works over to Alex Long. Dow has played very strong defense here tonight. Keely Lindstrom, and a great block. Abby Ray comes up with the block. She was out of bounds when she touched the ball, but again, big defense by Abby Ray. And a lot of the times, Tom, all season long, we've heard about Dow High's shooting. We've heard about the three-pointers. We've heard about the offense. But in the few games that we have done for Dow High basketball here this year, I've been impressed with their defense.
Well, that was truly basketball IQ because Abby Ray saw what was developing, and she was not going to have anything to do with watch the Flushing girl go up the baseline and knocked it out of bounds. Great play.
Alex Long will work it over to Lindstrom. Now back to Long. Three-pointer, count it. Leading scorer for Flushing, and she's the one that needs to see the ball more if Flushing were to get back into this game. It's an 8-point Dow High lead with 3:15 to go here in the third quarter. McVeigh over to Gardner, Kolnitis to Gardner. Now Caldwell to Abby Ray. Ray will work the baseline, and we're going to have a foul called on Rambis. I believe that's going to be her third.
Yep, and one thing that I know I was taught when I was playing, you got to get your foot on the end line to stop them from driving.
Actually, that is only her second, so she is not in foul trouble. That's good news for Flushing as Chloe McVeigh comes back into the game for the Chargers. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and a block by Rambis underneath. Kolnitis had the read, but Rambis doing what a 6'3" player should be doing.
Yeah, at this point, Dow just needs to be able to get the shot off before she has a chance to close in.
Ooh, I'm not sure why Caldwell didn't go up with that shot, but she didn't, and Flushing now will come back the other direction. Gardner will knock it out of bounds, so I think we're going to have a foul called on Flushing. That's going to be a pushing foul against Lauren Brokaw, who gave Jada Gardner a shove as Gardner was headed out of bounds. Larry Brown doesn't like the call. He's being warned.
She got a warning, yep.
I don't know what Brown is upset about. That was definitely a shove out of bounds, but nonetheless, you know, when you're down by 8, you're on the road, you want to win, you need a win. That's when emotions begin to get the better of you. Gardner missing the shot underneath, but Abby Ray nearly had the ball. Now Flushing will come back. Looking ahead to Olivia Grew, but she's out of bounds. Now they called a travel.
Yeah.
I didn't know that she had possession of the ball long enough to travel.
I think she had it and hopped. She hopped a bit to keep it from going out of bounds.
I'll take your word for it. I didn't think she had possession. Abby Ray working the ball, but I'm not wearing stripes, and we are a long ways away from the action. McVeigh will feed it inside, knocked out of bounds by Flushing. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dow High leading by 8. Winner will play quarterfinals on Monday.
Yeah, Flushing seems rattled right now. They just are not moving the ball very easily.
Nearly stolen that time. Good defense by Long.
If it wasn't for Long's outside shooting, this game would not be close at all.
And I believe that Larry Ford did he get teed up? Officially, he got a warning. I thought maybe a technical was coming, but that was the official warning given to Larry Ford, who I think is still upset about the previous foul on Brokaw.
That push, yeah.
Pushed Jada Gardner into the hallway, but that's all right. Travel cold against the Chargers. Flushing will have the basketball again. The Chargers showing the press. They break it this time. Down court to Alex Long. Long with a three-pointer. It's blocked. Big time defense, Kennedy Caldwell.
Or was that Chloe McVeigh?
No, it was Kennedy Caldwell, the junior.
You're right. You're right.
Coming through and a big-time block by Kennedy Caldwell. Now we have a timeout called by Kyle Tyson. 8-point lead for the Dow High Chargers with 1:34 to go here in the third quarter. It's still 8 points, Tom, which is a very close basketball game. Still anybody's game, but in terms of momentum, this really feels like it's Dow High's game.
Yes, I mean, Flushing is not playing with a lot of poise. They've had an opportunity to find Long for some three-pointers at the top of the key, but they're kind of getting bailed out on that. Dow is able to work their offense. They're moving the ball around. They're showing some poise. They continue to run their press. Right now, it's Dow's game to lose.
I would agree. There's a future Charger right there. She's cheering on the green and gold. Dow High's parent section almost embracing Mardi Gras. They've got green and gold masks that they're wearing over there. Little bunny ears and so.
Have they checked the calendar?
Every day is Mardi Gras if you want it to be.
I guess you can, yeah.
Dow High led by Jada Gardner, 11 points. Alexa Kolnitis, 10 points, including 2 3-pointers this half. Flushing led by Alex Long with 14 points. Meanwhile, Sarah Rambis, 6 points and 6 rebounds for Flushing. They're looking for Rambis. She catches it and goes up, doesn't get the foul, doesn't get the basket, and Dow High will come back the other direction. Abby Ray traveled. She didn't think so, but the official did.
All I can think of is that her pivot foot slipped. I don't think she picked it up. I think it just slipped.
Flushing will inbound. 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. Across midcourt, works Lindstrom. Stolen away, but she stepped out of bounds. Chloe McVeigh, the defensive specialist, had the read, had the steal, but just didn't have the room.
See, those are the things that are created by pressure, and that bounce pass was a bit lazy.
Long working over to Grew. Grew, couple of dribbles, takes the screen, goes baseline, and will work it back up over to Lindstrom. Dow bringing up the defensive pressure. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Alex Long, three-pointer, no good. Rebound pulled down by Brokaw, and we've got a foul called. I believe it's going to be against Kennedy Caldwell. Actually, they may have got Gardner. It is. They got Gardner with that foul. That'll be the second foul against Gardner.
I'm not so sure Coach Ford liked the decision for Alex Long to shoot that shot from about 24 or 5 feet.
Rambis into the paint. Can't get the bucket, can't get the foul, but she will be called for the foul as she goes over the back of the Dow High Chargers. That is the third one on Rambis.
And that will change the complexion of the game if she has to sit or she fouls out.
She's frustrated. The shots are not falling. She's very young. She's going to be a great basketball player. She's already very good. But tonight she's being frustrated by this Dow High defense. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Deflected out of bounds. Chargers will keep the basketball.
See, we're looking at the fact that Dow has about 4 or 5 girls that can score. Flushing, as we're watching them, there are too many girls that are just not looking to score.
Looking to score there was McVeigh, but she did not get the basket to go, and now Flushing will come back with 15 seconds to go. Plenty of time to set up an offensive play, and we're going to have a foul called on Abby Ray. That is the second foul on Ray, the third one on the Chargers. Neither team reached the bonus in the first half. Nobody in real foul trouble except for Rambis here in the second half. 13 seconds on the clock. Inbounded to Lindstrom. Clock down to 10. Lindstrom keeping her dribble alive. Down to 7, 6. Now Alex Long working the basketball. Long will break apart the Chargers, but can't get the shot to go. Gets her own rebound. That doesn't go as well. And the third quarter will come to an end with the Dow High Chargers leading by 8, 30-22.
And Dow's playing like the home team. They are showing a lot more poise. They always know where Alex Long is, but we still have 8 minutes to go, and Long could get hot. A lot of things could happen, but good game.
Glad you're with us here on MCTV, whether live on YouTube or watching on a tape-delayed basis on the several options of the MCTV network. We're available now on Roku, Apple TV, programming live and on-demand programming available on those streaming services. For more information, call 837-3474. We also encourage you to get involved here at MCTV. The next orientation coming up in the month of April. April 8th at 1:30, April 28th at 5:30. The cost just $45 to become an MCTV volunteer. That includes the first-year access user fee. For more information, again, that phone number, 837-3474. Dow High led by Jada Gardner, 11 points, 4 rebounds. Alexa Kolnitis, 10 points. Meanwhile, Abby Ray getting in on the scoring column with 4 points. Alex Long for Flushing, the leading scorer for the Raiders with 14 points. Flushing getting the ball to start the fourth quarter. Still anybody's game, an 8-point lead. Definitely not something Dow can be comfortable with. And underneath, going to the free throw line will be Sarah Rambis. Could not get the bucket to fall, but she will go to the free throw line.
It's interesting. The very first play out of the halftime was they got the ball to Rambis. First play in the fourth quarter, they got the ball to Rambis. But little did they look to Rambus in between?
And Rambus is going ice cold. She is second in scoring on this Flushing team, but she is having an off night here tonight.
That may be 3 free throws she's missed out of 3. Okay.
Does hit the second free throw. 7-point Dow High lead. We're just underway in the fourth quarter. Winner to play on Monday, April 5th in the quarterfinals at Flushing High School against either Heartland or Bloomfield Hills Marion. Jada Gardner, three-pointer, count it. Gardner was quiet in the third quarter, but she hits a 3 here to spark the Chargers and give Chargers a 10-point lead. Olivia Grew on the far side will work over to Sarah Rambus. Rambus a couple of dribbles. Now Keely Lindstrom. Chargers defense has been exceptional and has been very frustrating to the Flushing Raiders. Into the paint, a foul is going to be called away from the ball. It's going to be against, I believe, Colnitis. Dow High will bring Claire Caldwell back into the game. Claire is the freshman, the cousin of Kennedy, who is a junior.
Now Flushing had better spacing on that ball.
And Caldwell nearly had a steal. She set up the steal, but we're going to have a foul called. Dow doesn't get the breakaway, but give credit to to Claire Caldwell, who set that up for Kennedy to nearly come away with the ball. That is the third foul on Lauren Brokaw for Flushing. 2 Flushing players starting to slightly get into foul trouble. Gardner will work it over to Kennedy. Now to Colnitis. To the top to Claire. Open for the three-pointer. The shot is short, and we're going to have a foul called on Gardner during the battle for the rebound. And I believe that is going to be the third on Gardner. The 6th team foul on Dow, so from this point on, Flushing will be in the bonus, but as you mentioned, Tom, Flushing not shooting very well from the free throw line.
No, they're not. They're really struggling. But that can change.
6.5 minutes to play. Chargers have a 10-point lead. Their biggest lead was 11. Flushing working the ball around. Keely Lindstrom, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, and it's knocked away by Colnitis.
Great hands.
Alex Long with a long three-pointer, no good. Abby Ray will get the rebound, and we've got an official's timeout as one of the players lost their face mask because the strap broke. So Alex Long is going to get another one, and we're ready to continue ball.
You know, it's nice to see what these girls look like.
They've got eyes. That's all you need to see.
Short time, yes.
Timeout called with 6:12 to go. Dow High leading by 10, 33-23 here on the MCTV network. Glad you could be with us. This game produced by volunteers, one of them by my side, Tom Bell. My name is Jason Harper. Our statistician tonight, John Van Holstein. He's a name that basketball people know around the area, the head coach of the boys program over at Calvary Baptist. We also have a great volunteer crew working this contest here tonight. As you look at Kyle Tyson talking to the Dow High Chargers. Dennis, Tom, Jim, all working the cameras tonight. Emma's on audio. And Chris Ferguson is our director, part of the MCTV staff, bringing you this contest here from Dow High, the MHSAA regional final between the Dow High Chargers and the Flushing Raiders.
One of the adjustments that Kyle has made since halftime is that he's running 2 girls at Alex Long. That she's got a lot to think about as she gets the ball. She's not sure how to drive, and the shots haven't been dropping quite as often as in that second quarter.
If we get a second, Tom, I'm going to point out something that I never thought I would ever see in my life. So remind me of it if we get a chance to come back to it.
Oh my gosh.
Dow High working the basketball now to Jada Gardner. Chargers leading by 10. Still a lot of time to be played. 5:50 on the clock as Abby Ray will work it back out. Kennedy Caldwell working over to Alexa Kolnitis. Kolnitis goes back out. Chargers have been very patient on offense, and we've got a carry called against Abby Ray. Well, if you're the Flushing Raiders, Tom, you're only down by 10. There's still 5.5 minutes to play. What do you have to do to get back into this game?
You've got to play really stifling defense. You've got to get the ball into Rambus. Rambus has got to be able to shoot the ball out the perimeter to Long, and because they're not getting their points much of any other place but Long and Rambus.
Flushing working the basketball. If you're the Dow High Chargers, as Flushing nearly drove into the paint. If you're Dow, you do anything different, or you just keep doing what's been working? And that's great defense like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you can run your offense and burn off time, yeah, that's to your advantage. That the clock is not in Flushing's advantage right now.
Flushing showing a press for the first time tonight, and that no, we're going to have a foul called. Now we're going to have a travel called against the Chargers. So the press by Flushing did what it was designed to do, force the turnover and give the ball back to the Raiders. The inbound to Alex Long, three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Flushing goes back to Long. Long to Olivia Grew. Flushing to set up their offense. Nearly stolen away by Kolnitis. Now back over to Lauren Brokaw. Brokaw with a bounce pass to Grew. Grew top of the key, picks up her dribble. Alex Long goes inside to Brokaw. Nice spin move, count it. Flushing with a nice offensive possession. Lauren Brokaw will get the basket.
In the middle.
33-25, Dow High leads. 4.5 minutes to go in the regional final. Kennedy Caldwell will work it over to Kolnitis. On the far side now to Abby Ray. Ray, couple of dribbles, back to Alexa Kolnitis.
Dow's just got to continue to run their offense.
Both Caldwells into the game along with Abby Ray, Kolnitis, and Jada Gardner. Into the paint, putting it up and getting it to fall through. Well, whatever works happens to work, and Kolnitis gets that to work.
That was quite a extended layup.
35-25, Dow by 10, 3:40 to go. Knocked out of bounds by Caldwell.
And all these deflections continue to prey on Flushing's ability to run their offense.
The inbound goes to Sarah Rambis. Now Flushing is getting to the point where they need to hurry a little bit. 3.5 minutes to go, down by 10. Flushing does have 3 timeouts at their disposal, as a timeout is taken by Larry Ford with 3:22 on the clock, and Dow High leading by 10. Alexa Kolnitis, 8 points this half for the Chargers, including starting off the half with back-to-back 3-pointers. Okay, Tom, so the previous timeout, I'm not sure we picked it up here, but they were playing Whitesnake. They were playing Here I Go Again, and it was the very beginning of the song, very slow. John Van Holstein was swaying along to the music, kind of getting into the groove. And I never thought that I would ever see that John Van Holstein would be dancing to a 80s hair metal song, but he was. And he can't hear me right now because he's busy doing stats. But I just wanted to point out that earlier, John Van Holstein was dancing to 80s hair metal right here at Dow High. So I needed to point that out.
And the saddest part of it all was we didn't get it on camera.
I wish I would have. I wish I would have. So John Van Holstein doing stats for us tonight. Of course, if anybody knows Coach V, you know that he was actually just swaying because it was a very slow, music. But nonetheless, I'm going to give him a hard time for a long time about this.
I'd like to know how long his hair was back in the 1980s.
I'm guessing it was just what it is now.
Okay.
Lauren Brokaw, by the way, for Flushing, 8 rebounds in the contest for Flushing. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. The Raiders working the basketball. Dow High leading by 10. Alex Long. Couple of dribbles. We'll pick it back up. Rambis losing her dribble, and she will be called for the travel. Stumbled and fell, and it will be Dow High basketball.
Okay, I like this better. Dow's got a better attack on the to break the press.
Dow High across midcourt. Abby Ray working over to Jada Gardner. Gardner feeding it to Claire Caldwell, who goes into the corner to Chloe McVeigh. 2:40 to go. Dow High leading by 10. Lost the handle on the ball. We're going to have a foul called. I believe it'll be called against Abby Ray, as both Abby Ray and Sarah Rambis hit the floor hard. So Ray does pick up the foul. It will be a 1-and-1 situation, so Rambis will go to the free throw line. That is the 4th foul on Abby Ray, so she becomes the first player to be in serious foul trouble with 2:35 on the clock. Rambis has struggled from the free throw line, but she hits one when she needs to, gets the first half of the 1-and-1. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Second free throw is no good. Possession arrow is in favor of Dow if it comes into play. Abby Ray working the ball. Now Jada Gardner. Flushing has 1 foul to give as they work to the baseline. Kolnitis will pull the dribble out. Clock down to 2:15 here in the fourth quarter. Kolnitis now will drive in, and she'll put the shot up, and she'll get rewarded with the foul. Kolnitis will go to the free throw line.
Well, as Flushing was starting to put more pressure on the perimeter, it did open up that lane for Kolnitis.
The foul on Brokaw will be the 4th one on Brokaw, so at this point we're getting a couple of players in foul trouble. Kolnitis gets the first free throw to fall. And the second one does as well. Kyle Tyson will call a timeout. Dow High has equaled their biggest lead of the game. Chargers up by 11 with 2:12 to go. Kolnitis now with 14 points for the Chargers.
Still, there's a lot of time left, and you've got a team here from Flushing that has won their last 14 games in a row. I don't think that they've played anybody that had the kind of all-around balance that Dow High has, but they play with a swagger that they've had a lot of success. They're going to have to get the ball more to Long and maybe have Long shoot free throws while the clock is stopped. But for Dow, if they can break the press, burn off some time, like I said a little while ago, it's Dow's game to lose.
Now the Dow High Chargers have played great in the postseason. They've played great all year. There's a reason that this is a 20-0 Charger team that we are talking about, but they've kind of stepped it up a notch, which is what when you have a really good team, for that team to continue to step up and improve the way the Chargers have, definitely gives you a lot of confidence going into that postseason. Now you've won 3 postseason games. You're hopefully on your way with an 11-point lead of winning your 4th postseason game. You're booming with confidence.
Yeah, and you're playing at home.
Which always helps.
That always helps.
Inbound the ball over to Keely Lindstrom, who will work over to Alex Long. And stolen away. Nice job there by Alexa Kolnitis. Comes up with a steal, but Rambis on the other side will have the block.
Well, with Kolnitis, she saw that Rambis was the last person she had to beat. And to get her into a little more foul trouble was certainly going to be an advantage for Dow.
We've got a foul called on Flushing, who did have one to give. The foul happened to be called on Alex Long, only the second one on Long.
Well, I think they're going to shoot the 1-and-1.
Oh, they are. They did not have a foul to give. No. My apologies. I thought they had one more. They did not. Kolnitis does not get it to go. The battle for the rebound will result in a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go to the Dow High Chargers.
And as the seconds tick away, it puts Dow in a much brighter light.
Kolnitis will work over to Jada Gardner. 1:45 on the clock. Feeding it now over to Kolnitis to Gardner. Chargers are going to force Flushing, I would assume, to foul to stop the clock. Dow doesn't need to score, but Flushing does need the basketball back. 1:30 to go. Chloe McVeigh will be fouled. Keely Lindstrom forced to do the fouling. That is, I believe, the second one on Lindstrom. It'll be Chloe McVeigh that goes to the free throw line for the Chargers.
And I think that Dow High has kind of had this secret weapon. She's good at free throws. Oh, jinxed
well, you jinxed her.
Jinxed her. Oh.
1:20 on the clock. Flushing needs to hurry. They need to put the shots up. Lauren Brokaw goes inside to Sarah Rambis. Nice drive there, and Larry Ford will call the timeout if Rambis gets the basket. That may have been the best possession that Flushing has had this half as they cut the lead with 1:12 to go. The question is, calling the timeout, does Flushing have enough time?
Well, I think that he wants to make sure that he's got his press in place. That was a very efficient basket. They didn't burn a whole lot of time on that. But now he wants to tell his players that if they start to move the ball, if Dow starts to move the ball on offense, they're going to have to stop the clock. And he's going to try to figure out who he wants to foul on Dow's side.
Kyle Tyson, the veteran coach of the Dow High Chargers. He's had a couple of great runs, and he's had a lot of great players that he has coached, but he has not made it to the Breslin Center. He needs to win here tonight. He needs to win Monday in order to fulfill that goal for the Dow High Chargers.
And Flushing is a strong enough team. They could have met in the quarterfinals playing this team.
1:12 on the clock. And the inbound pass is deflected by Rambis into the hands of Flushing. Three-pointer, put it up and count it. Alex Long hitting the three-pointer. It's a 6-point game with a minute to go. Chargers inbound the ball. Well, we didn't get the shove off. Dow may have got away with one, but they did step out of bounds, and it will be Flushing basketball. Larry Ford wanted to know why there wasn't a foul called. Like I said, I think Dow did get away with it, and now Ford, Larry Ford just got a technical.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Not the best time to get one.
Now I will agree. I think that Kolnitis got away with a push-off as the Chargers were attempting to come up the court, but then she turned the ball over, which meant that Flushing had the basketball. Larry Ford got called for a technical, which will take away the possession from Flushing. The Chargers will have free throws and the basketball. That is a horrible technical to get. A veteran coach like Larry Ford needs to have better composure. That may have just sealed the game for Dow.
It could have, and that's really been the first time in this entire game that I thought that Dow was not ready for what Flushing was going to do.
Flushing had the momentum. They had just hit a three-pointer. They had gotten a turnover. They were only down by 6. And arguing about a call after Dow had already committed a turnover may have cost Flushing. That's a coaching mistake that Larry Ford will have to live with.
Yeah.
Flushing committing a foul. It will be Dow on the free throw line with 44 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter.
And this is a player you don't want to have at the free throw line if you're Flushing. She just hit 2 free throws just a moment ago to increase this lead.
Free throw is good. Kolnitis 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 45 seconds to go. 17 points for Kolnitis. Flushing needs to hurry. Working on the far side, Olivia Grew will work it now to Rambis. Rambis inside, loses the ball on the floor. A jump ball will be called. Possession arrow to Flushing, but we're down to 32 seconds.
And Dow is really playing tough defense right now. They know where Long is, and they're trying to keep the ball, getting a good passing lane into Rambis.
All by herself, Alex Long doesn't get the three-pointer to go. Rebound by Dow High. They need to foul. Chloe McVeigh is one of the players that they want to foul. May have waited too long. 25 seconds to go now in the contest. 9-point Charger lead, and McVeigh will go to the free throw line shooting the double bonus.
And
Meanwhile, Lauren Brokaw, that is her 5th foul. So Brokaw has fouled out for Flushing.
Now, Chloe McVeigh has been playing tremendous defense. She's had Long in the first half and Kolnitis in the second half, but that was a great rebound by McVeigh.
Brooklyn Grissom will check into the game. She has not played at all tonight for Flushing. McVeigh unable to get the free throw to go. And now Anya Ning will come in as well. Larry Ford bringing in some players to give them their final playing time of the season. Dow High is going to bring in several subs as well. Kennedy Caldwell will check in. Abby Yeiter coming into the game as well. We'll try to get some other names. Jenna Butcher has checked in. She's a sophomore on the Dow High roster. And Courtney Fisher is into the game as well. So the white flag has been waved, so to speak. Second free throw is good for McVeigh. 10-point lead for the Dow High Chargers. Rambis goes into the paint. Can't get the shot to go. McVeigh will pull down the rebound. Final seconds will be ticking off in this contest here tonight. And the Dow High Chargers are 5 seconds away from going to the quarterfinals. The Charger fans begin the celebration. There's the horn. And the HH Dow High Chargers are regional champions here in 2021.
They certainly earned that one.
The celebration beginning as the coaches meet at midcourt. But a great game by the Dow High Chargers. As there you see the Chargers with that celebration. Chargers have done great all season long, and they've continued to do so here tonight. And right now, we've got the Dow High principal, Ted Davis, who knows a thing or two about basketball himself, preparing to present the regional championship. Kyle Tyson is headed out to midcourt in order to receive that championship plaque. And now the Dow High Chargers really begin the celebration here on their home court. Dow High regional champions for the MHSAA, and the Dow High Chargers will now advance on to the quarterfinals on Monday, April 5th. They will play either Heartland or Bloomfield Hills Marion in that quarterfinals. That will be at Flushing High School. The semifinals, by the way, will be on Wednesday, and the finals, if the Chargers are happy to make it that far, will be at the Breslin Center on Friday, April 9th. So the trophy presentation and the medal presentation taking place now. But the Dow High Chargers will have about a day to celebrate, Tom, and then they're going to start looking at game film. I bet you Kyle Tyson's looking at game film tonight. But after that, they're going to begin the preparing for the quarterfinals. But the magic number now, Tom, is down to 3.
Yeah, and you got to know that Tyson has sent somebody downstate to take a look at that other game. So they'll get some footage.
You're
there.
beyond in technology. Everything's on the Pixelot network.
True, okay.
Yeah. Everything is streaming now, Tom. You don't have to pay anybody gas money anymore.
You don't, okay.
So the Dow High Chargers, Tom, as the celebration, well earned for Dow High. They had a great game plan tonight, and again, they didn't shoot lights out, but that isn't what Dow High needs to do. They shot three-pointers when they need to. I think back to Colnitis starting the second half of the series of three-pointers, but they also had a great game plan. Yeah. Their pressure stopped Flushing. Their defense really playing big.
That full court press was just astonishing. That Flushing never could get into a really comfortable flow, and they never really established much. Even when they broke the press a little bit more in the second half, you saw them rushing an awful lot of stuff underneath the basket. And only Long seemed to have a really, really gentle touch with a basket with her shot.
A great game plan for Dow High. Alexa Colnitis ended up being the leading scorer, 17 points for Colnitis. Jada Gardner had 14 points. All but 3 of those points came in the first half for Gardner, but she still finished with 14.
Yeah, she's a steadying influence on that team. And Colnitis, she's a gutsy player. I mean, there was a drive she made towards the basket in that fourth quarter. I thought, wow, you thought that Flushing was just waiting for somebody to throw up a long shot, and she drove the lane. A
tremendous victory for the Dow High Chargers, and they got to do it on their home basketball court. They are the regional champions here in the MHSAA. They will play quarterfinal action on Monday. The rest of the game from here on out will be available on the NFHS network. You can go online and find details about how you can watch those contests next week involving the Dow High Chargers. In a couple of moments, you're going to see several names across your television screen. We thank them for making this game possible here on MCTV. For Tom Bell and our director, Chris Ferguson, my name is Jason Harper. The final score here tonight, the Dow High Chargers 41, Flushing 31. We thank you for watching high school basketball on the MCTV network.